Election betting, a startup, Kalshi, has recorded over $80 million in trades on the presidential election after the company listed its U.S. legal betting market earlier this month. Joining us right now is Kalshi CEO Tarek Mansour. Good morning. You are now, I was looking on the App Store because you mentioned it. He's beating most of the apps on the App Store.
Really?
Kalshi. It's kind of a crazy situation. So tell us what's happening. How many people have you onboarded since this all began, and what are you seeing?
Yeah, well, I mean, the demand has exploded. So we have, actually, in all election markets now, we have, I think, close to $200 million traded already. We are now number one on the finance app store. We just overtook Cash App, which has had the spot for I don't know how many years now. And on the global app store, I think we are just about to reach number 10. So we just overtook Facebook, Uber, Spotify, and a few other apps. I think we're gunning for number one for the entire app store by election day. So the demand curve is truly exponential, and we're seeing, as of this week, I think we're in the hundreds.
And what are the amount of bets that people are making?
So it's a very large diversity, and it's been interesting because people have been saying, you know, that the odds are up, the Trump odds are up because there are a few whales that are pushing the odds up.
Right.
So I cannot speak about unregulated offshore companies, but you know, we are regulated onshore, only Americans. And on Kalshi, actually, the average bet size is slightly larger for Kamala Harris than for Donald Trump. So it's actually more bettors betting on Donald Trump than they are on Kamala Harris.
And what are the amounts of these bets?
So it ranges. The average bet size is around $300, $400. But there are people that are doing in the millions. So people that are doing...
But the fears of what we talked to you about seem to be borne out by the French whale with 4 accounts or whatever. But then it turned out it was only $28 million versus billions. It was 0.1%. And it really looked like it was some French guy who thinks Trump's going to win and wants to make $28 million is what it looks like. Or is it definitely being manipulated by someone who wants to try? I was kidding. I said it was the French guy. Elon Musk was the guy making but it's not Elon.
It's not Elon. So it's important to differentiate, and I say this always. So prediction markets now are starting to have many flavors. You know, that you're announced there's more competitors coming up, which is a good thing.
Which I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
What the implication of that's going to be for you?
No, I think that's great. I mean, I think it's a bit like, you know, crypto 10 years ago. You started seeing a lot of operators, some good ones, some bad ones. And I think we need to differentiate between the unregulated players where you don't know who's trading and who's betting versus places like Kalshi, which is Americans only, fully transparent reporting.
What's the difference between betting on Robinhood, for example, using the Interactive Brokers derivative contract versus betting on your exchange?
We have way more contracts. So you know, they're doing one market, we're doing a whole suite. We have, you know, I think close to 100 now. We have much more liquidity. So on there, you can take maybe $10,000. On Kalshi, you can take millions easily without moving the price. And I'd like to think we have a much better product. You can enter and exit on hours. There, you can only enter. We have better margin methodology and so on.
When you look at the folks that are doing this, and you said, so Trump is up by how much?
62%.
62%. And what do you think that represents? Do you think that will be an accurate representation on the day after of where things ultimately land? How do you sort of calculate the sort of theory of crowds here?
So it's a great question because I think people are confusing the odds that these markets are giving us with polling.
Polls. Right?
So people are saying things like Trump is up by 24 points, and they're confusing that. So if Trump is up 24 points in the polls, that's like a 100% chance of winning.
Right.
It's done.
Right. That's not.
This is not what this is saying. This is it's a coin flip with a bias. It's a biased coin flip, and now it's biased, you know, by 60-40. So it's still a coin flip. You know, it's biased though, but 40% chance of winning is not 0% chance of winning. It's 40%.
Right.
What do you do after the election with this platform that you've created?
So I think we always think that these markets, these prediction markets, or any markets, they're marketplace. A marketplace have what we call like an activation energy, or they need a critical mass. Once you hit that critical mass, they kind of work because people share them, the press talks about them, everybody uses them for, will Eric Adams, we have that market, be ousted as mayor of New York? Will TikTok get banned next year? Will the Boeing CEO get fired? You become to use them as a source of truth for anything. And I think the election is sort of this holy grail event that gets you that critical mass.
Do you think this is going to change everything? You think all of a sudden now, here's a real question. So right now we're talking about your market and others as I don't know if it's a moment of truth or something, but as a metric.
Yeah.
Do you think that we are going to start using whether Mayor Adams is going to lose his job or whether TikTok, as you said, is going to be kicked out of the U.S., and whatever that stat is, that we will be talking about that stat oftentimes at this table in the future?
Well,
I
think you
like
can answer that question better, but
well, no, I'm wondering just sort of where this all moves.
I think the thing is, like, I think definitely now that people are used to this idea, right? It took a little bit of time for people to getting used to the concept of odds and how these markets price the future. Like, what are they saying about the future? Why not, right? Like, I mean, this is the whole part of the mission. Is like, now when you're asking a question of will TikTok get banned, who are we relying on to get that answer? Now there's a market-based mechanism for us to look to.
I guess my question is, do you think it influences behavior? The same way that polls could potentially influence behavior, and the reason that we don't talk about exit polls until after the polls close on election night.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a question of reflexivity, right? Like the market is trying to gauge the chance of something happening, and you're asking me, does the market itself change the actual chance of something happening? I think there could be scenarios where that happens, and that's possible. Right? And an example is we have a market on the Fed interest rate, and we know that actually the interest rate swaps, they do actually influence the Fed decision. We've known that for years. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually good that we don't have a surprise and a shock every single time when these things happen. And I think these markets could do that, right? Like,
but they don't become self-fulfilling prophecies? I mean, that's what I think we're getting at here, right? That it actually does influence the outcome. That the markets can ultimately influence the outcome. It's actually a very interesting sort of philosophical, conceptual idea. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to take it example by example, right? For interest rates, I mean, in some ways, but that's already existing.
For interest rates, that makes sense because the Federal Reserve, the FOMC, wants the market to not be shocked. So they are kind of reading and gauging. If the market's not reading it the way they want, they may come out and start talking ahead of time to try and convince the market. So it's a slow and gradual thing.
What's the House right now? Do you do the House too? House of Representatives?
So the House is actually, I think it's 50-50.
50-50.
And the Senate is deeply
right. And then a sweep on certain polls is almost 50-50.
Yeah, the sweep is 50-50 now because I think it's...
For Republican.
For Republican. And then you also have the swing states, so I think he's...
Swing states are out of control.
He's
like
up in
70-30.
all six.
Right.
He's closest in, I think, Nevada.